Welcome to HortTube. My name is Jim Putnam. In this video, I'm going to be planting two new blueberry varieties from the Southern Living Plant Collection. One is called Takes the Cake, and the other one is called Bless Your Heart blueberry. These were developed at the University of Georgia with several unique and interesting qualities were the reason they were selected, and I'll go over in just a minute. I have a series on blueberries, on how to pick blueberries for your area, how to go about planting, selecting a space for them. All different types of blueberry information I'll link up here at the top if you're watching on YouTube, but it's a series of blueberry videos that you can get a lot of information on. These are Rabbiteye blueberries, and they're best in zone 7 to 9, but anybody watching me probably can grow some type of blueberry variety. Those of you who are in zone 4, 5, and 6 typically will grow northern high bush varieties. In my area, we tend to grow Rabbiteyes in most of the southeast, and in the extreme southeast and then parts of California, there are new southern high bush varieties that you can grow in your area. So most people watching, like I say, can grow blueberries now, and they're varieties that have been selected for your area. The Rabbiteyes do fantastic in the southeast. We get, in my area, about somewhere between 450 and 500 chill hours every winter. That is hours spent below 45 degrees. Weird math because they subtract hours that you spend above 60 degrees, but we land in somewhere between 450 and 500 hours below 45 degrees, and that's perfect for Rabbiteye blueberries, and that'll carry you well into probably South Georgia. You can grow these as well for most of the southeast. The reason that these two varieties, that Takes the Cake and Bless Your Heart, were selected, number one, they bloom about a week later on average than other Rabbiteye varieties. And why is that significant? In the southeast where I'm at, we tend to go on a crazy roller coaster starting about the 1st of March, where we get a day in the 70s every week and a day in the 40s every week with a frost. And then we go on that roller coaster for about 6 weeks every year. And the later we can have these blueberries bloom, the better. It just avoids any type of frost damage that we may get or freeze damage that we might get on open flowers. So that is significant. Okay, the next reason that they were picked is because of how fast they go from flower to finished fruit. These are actually ready typically in May, which is very, very early. And so another great thing is to have the fruit go from flower to finished fruit as quick as possible, and it lowers the amount of things that Mother Nature has time to throw at it. So the quicker we can get our fruit finished and picked and be enjoying it, the better. It's also great for farmers, maybe not significant for those of you watching me right now, but there's been a race for a long time to get earlier and earlier blueberries finished, because the faster you can get them to market, the more valuable they are, the less competition you have. By June, a lot of the country has blueberries ready, and the price tends to go down. So there's that race as well. These are just fantastic varieties, and hopefully you can see how nice these individual plants are right here. Of course, they're dormant right now, right here at the end of February. They are budded up to flower. Takes the Cake and Bless Your Heart blueberry were also picked for their compact size. They only get about 4 to 5 feet in height and maybe 3 to 4 feet in width. I'm going to put them about 4 feet apart in this bed. They don't have to go this close together, but this is the spot I'm going to put them in, about 4 feet apart if you are lining them up or creating a hedge or anything like that. But they could actually go on the opposite sides of the yard. The bees would still take care of pollinating them, no problem. These are great companion plants because they bloom at the exact same time. So having one of each will ensure that they cross-pollinate one another, and you have better fruit set. They're okay as self-pollinators, but really would work better to have both varieties and have them cross-pollinate that way. Blueberries like acid soil, so soil with a very low pH. I've got that taken care of in my yard, but my clay-based soil tends to not drain well enough for blueberries. So they're going in a raised bed right here. There's a little bit of clay down at the bottom of this, but I have raised this up, and this is a pine bark and compost blend on top of this bed, which is perfect for blueberries. These plants were grown in a pine bark mix, so that's perfect. If you can container plant these as well, and just make sure you use either some sort of pine bark mix or peat-based mix in your container so that the pH is right. And I'll put these in slightly elevated, maybe an inch above the grade, and backfill them. And really just not a whole lot to do on it. I described all about pruning and everything in my other blueberry series. Fertilizing you would do with a fertilizer for acid-loving plants about this time of year in the late winter or early spring. And that's pretty much it. The roots on blueberries will almost always be matted down pretty heavily when you pull them out. Really super fibrous root systems. You'll see this on azaleas as well. Same kind of root system. Just really, really super fibrous. So get in there a little bit and break that up some. And like I say, make sure they're sticking up above the grade a little bit. And whatever you mulch with, make sure you're not mulching up on the stems after you get them packed in. So these two are going to do great in this raised bed. You can see the buds on them here. They are just loaded, ready to start flowering anytime here in the spring. And then the berries will set very, very quickly. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll update these during the season. If you're subscribed to my channel, any of my walkthrough videos this year, I'll let you take a look at how these blueberries are performing in the ground.